So Darius, how's practice been this week? Obviously, it was a shocking loss on Sunday. How have the guys responded and regrouped after Stetson?
Practice has been very intense. I feel like we picked up our level of intensity. A lot of high emotions going around right now, so we're trying to stay focused and keep building.
So far into the season, how do you feel on your performance on offense and defense?
Obviously, there's room for improvement. I'm not shooting the best field goal percentage right now. My assist turnover ratio isn't great, so I've been getting with coach, watching a lot of film, seeing areas, still learning my teammates and ways I can get them open and get them the ball. So.
I asked Johnny just a little bit ago, can you, no one wants to lose, but can you take something from that loss on Sunday and use it maybe to kind of help motivate you guys as you go forward? Do you guys feel like there's something you can learn from that loss that you can kind of keep pushing forward to get better?
I feel like in every loss is a lesson. I feel like we can't play the name on the front of the jersey. That's for one. We had to take every opponent seriously, and we had to follow the scout. Our scout was no threes, and we gave up 13 of those. So I feel like moving forward, we just have to take more pride in defense and learn from it.
Still, a lot of new guys on the team. Being the point guard, how do you feel with team chemistry and facilitating the ball right now?
I feel like it's going pretty well so far, but we're still learning each other each and every day in practice. We added new guys, and we still have new guys coming along. DeMar's been out of the rotation, but he should be back soon, hopefully for us. And Twan should be getting his waiver pretty soon. So we're just trying to flow together and practice and gel well.
From an offensive standpoint, are things flowing well, or are you still trying to find your groove out there? Where can you improve from that aspect?
Me personally, being the point guard, I got to try to find a way to get my scorers involved first, my big man, because they help me out a lot. So I feel like I have to look for myself last, and I feel like me, it's a little bit different coming from being in high school where I was carrying the load all the time. So it's a role that I'm learning to embrace. So.
As a floor general, when you see a guy like Jalen, get hot and he's hitting threes and stuff, how does in your mind does it click in where you want to make sure you get in the ball and make sure he gets his touches when he's got hot shooting?
Oh, for sure. That's definitely my main goal. Once he gets going, I definitely got to feed the high hand. But also me being a little bit aggressive too, it'll take the focus off him, and maybe they'll start helping on me more to get him more open looks instead of having to take tough contested twos or tough threes. And people are hanging on them for tough shots. So.
What do you know about Lipscomb on Saturday? You talked about not paying attention to the names on the front of the jersey, but do you know much about those guys who are going to be facing?
We haven't went over our scout yet. We'll probably begin that tomorrow, but we know they're similar to Stetson and shoot a lot of threes, and we know that we have a target on our back. Being in our Power 5 school, we can't take any opponent lightly.
It felt like late in the game, that's when intensity stepped up. How do you plan to get that intensity going more early on?
I just have to bring it from the jump. For me, it's going to start off defensively. Staying engaged defensively is going to be my offense. So for that, it's just being the head of our defense and making sure I'm down in the stands, do whatever my team needs me to do.
Do you feel like in that sets the game in the first half, do you think you guys kind of took the foot off the gas, but you got off to a lead and you really could have put them away at that point? They were able to rally back towards the end of the first half. Do you think that maybe was the difference in the game?
I definitely think that's the difference in the game. There's so many possessions down the game where you could have picked here and there what was the difference, but I feel like building a lead is something we're still learning as a team, so going into practice is something we're working on.
You talked about learning, new guys being in this rotation. When you guys start tweaking rotations and moving different guys in and out, how difficult is that for you when you've been here all the time, but you're also trying to figure out who's going to be where and what, and when you're looking at those kind of situations?
Just being in practice. In practice we play with a different group of guys each and every day. So really just knowing who's going to react in certain situations and know the best situation to put the guys in on the team. Being a point guard, I have a lot of responsibility on both ends of the floor. So I just have to figure that out and learn that through watching film and talking to coaches.
Marcellus Darius obviously been available for you guys the last few games. What has he provided? What kind of player has he been able to score a little bit, obviously?
Obviously, he's providing a lot of scoring for us recently, and I feel like he hasn't shown it much yet, but defensively I feel like he's going to be very good for us. He's long, he's agile, and he can guard multiple positions. So, moving forward, he'll be great for us.
What do you say to C.J. Walker? He's been through this process, unfortunately for him, multiple times with having an injury and wanting to come back. I know there's hope that he can come back at some point, but just kind of how has he been doing through this whole process of trying to get back from another injury?
CJ's actually progressing very well. We're just trying to keep high energy for him, positivity, prayer especially is number one, and just help him get through a tough time. It's 2 years straight now for him being in this situation, so I know it's tough mentally. So really just keep praying over him and keep positive energy around him.
All set?
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thanks,
CJ.
Darius.